So I have way too many project ideas at the moment, and that means that we now need to wind a bunch of yarn so that we can start said projects. So that's what we're gonna do today. Welcome back to the Knit Life Oils YouTube channel. Right now I am collecting all of the supplies we need to wind all of the yarn for all of the lots of project ideas that I currently have. So I'm going to set all these down and then I will show you what we have. So I am getting my table all set up. This is yarn for my tree skirt. These are going to be the 3 different colors. These are the next 2 skeins for the brook green cardi I'm making for my little sister. And this is the treehouse knit skein for my drawn together cowl for the Hanukkah knit along. And then these are my tools. These are my favorite scissors to use. They are from Twice Sheared Sheep. They are the Starburst Rainbow scissors. They just make me smile really big when I cut all the ties. This is my electric ball winder. This particular one came from Amazon. I don't think it's available anymore, but you can find other electric winders on Amazon. They kind of rotate through the brands. And then this is my Swift. I have had this Swift for like 10 years. It is my favorite wood umbrella Swift. I have tried other ones and I just always go back to this one. So let's get it all set up. Okay, so to get this set up, I'm going to put my umbrella Swift on this side and unscrew the wood screw, and then it kind of just slips onto the table when you get it undone enough, like that. And then for the winder, I already plugged it into the wall, and so now I'm just going to slip this onto the table. And I like to have them a little ways apart so that they can get the leverage to pull from this, because I am going to let it pull on its own, and then I don't have to be involved. So we're going to start with the tree skirt yarns. One of them is already wound, so we're going to do this one. This is Shake It Off from Soooo. And I'm going to push up here on this out to how wide the skein is. And then I'm going to cut the ties off. Like there's a few ties here. One more here. This is the main tie. So the main tie, we make 2 cuts, one that goes around, and then actually 3 cuts to separate it from the main yarns so that they can spin. And then this is just a little trick. I'm going to tie a little knot in the very end of my yarn. And this works for an electric winder or a manual winder, so that it doesn't pop off and it will just get started. And then it doesn't come off of that center spindle. So then I'm going to turn this on. We'll try again. Popped out of the guide. There we go. And it helps if you have good tension here so that it just pulls like this. The wound balls ready for their cast on. So the other thing I wanted to do was I want to make the ornaments from day 2 of our Twice Your Treat Advent Calendar. And so, I found some pink scrap yarn for my tree and red scrap yarn for the other ornament because my mom and my sister's tree is red and gold. So I think that that will be really cool. So I have my tapestry needle and I need 2 or 3 yards of yarn. Let's see. So 1, 2, we'll call that about 3. And then I'm going to try and make this pattern from the instructions, but it should be pretty easy because the holes are already on here. So let's see if I can make this work. Let's get this threaded. Okay, I think I'm going to start in the middle here. And then, you know what? I think that this is going to work better if I double this yarn because that was a little bit thin in the holes. So I'm just going to go to the middle. Can you tell that I don't have thick yarn in my stash or scraps? I just have fingering. This happens to be DK. That's thick, right? Oh yes, this is much better. Okay, so we're going to go like this, and then we'll this one, and okay, so I got it through the first hole. Yeah, there we go. Okay. And then, okay, I think I'm going to do it this way. So then I'm going to go up to the next one. And then up through this middle one again. And then up to the next one. See if this was working. And then to this one. Okay. Yeah, I think that that works. Okay, so I got like all the way to the end, and then I realized that you could do this stitch, which apparently is called a back stitch, instead of the like double loop that I was doing. So yeah, I am not a sewer, so I did not know what a back stitch was. So we're gonna take it out and we're gonna try again. Hold please. Okay, I got it figured out now. So, for those of you who apparently are sewing challenged like me, you go up to the hole you want to go to first, and then you come back. So it essentially does what I was doing, but on the back side instead of the front, which I'm sure is very helpful. So, we're gonna get this. There we go. Okay. So up to the next hole. And then back down to the hole I want to go to. Okay. Like this. Yay! Okay. So now we'll speed it up a little bit. Ready to see them? All right, let's do the pink one first. So this is the pink one, and this is the red one, and we will deliver the red one to my mom and my sister tomorrow. But for now, let's hang the pink one on the pink tree. I think right here would be a good spot. Get it going the right direction. There we go. Look how cute that is. So a lot of you have been really interested in my plan to adapt a pattern to make it into a knitted Christmas tree skirt. So today we're going to cast it on and get it started and see how it goes. I am going to use the Anthology Throw blanket pattern, but I'm going to start it in my own way so that it will fit over the tree base. So the first thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to take my first pink color, see, matches, and cast on 3 stitches because I'm going to make an I-cord. So the pattern has options that I can kind of start on with 18 stitches or 36. So I'm going to do an 18 stitch I-cord first, and we'll check if that's long enough, and then we will kind of go from there. So to make an I-cord, I'm going to knit the 3 stitches, move them back to the other side of the needle, and then do it again. And for the number of times that for the number of stitches that I need to cast on. So I've done 2, and we can kind of just keep doing this until we have 18. And I have this really long cable because the tree skirt is going to end up being big or get big. So we will need that later, but for now it kind of takes a minute to get the stitches from end to end. So that's 3. This is 4. And 5. All right, let's speed this up a little bit. So this is 18 stitches of I-cord, or rows of I-cord, I guess. So we're going to check now and see if this is long enough. So we're going to look right down here at the tree base. And I'm going to go around and see if my I-cord fits. I think that's pretty good. It might be a little bit tight, but I think that that's going to be okay. I can block that out a little bit. I really just want it to go around the base, and I can kind of move other things out of the way to get it on, and then it will just sit over the top of everything. Okay, so we've got 18 stitches now. Now I'm going to pick up down the side here. I could bind these off, but I'm not going to. I think I'm just going to keep going. So I'm going to pick these up down the side. So that's 1, 2, 3. We also started with 3 on the needle, so now we have 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, and 18. All right, so now I'm going to split these stitches in half. So 2, 4, let's see, 2, 4, 6, 8, 9, so that we can split them for working magic loop in the round, because we're going to start working them in the round now. Okay, we're going to split it there, and then we're just going to start working these in the round so that it starts to make our circle. So me get this connected, and then I can kind of show you what we're looking at. While this tree skirt will not open and close like a traditional tree skirt, like it won't have buttons or Velcro or anything like that, I suppose I could do that, but I really just wanted to go over the base of the tree, so I'm just going to make a hole, and we'll just slip it on at the beginning of the season and take it off at the end of the season. So, show you now. So this is the start, and it has a hole here in the middle with an I-cord, but it is joined in the round, and it is ready to keep being knitted on to form a circle. So I'm going to switch colors like in the pattern. It's written for 24 mini skeins, and they are 20-gram mini skeins. So I'm going to switch between the pinks every 20 grams, but I don't know how long that will last. I mean, that won't last the whole thing, obviously, but I don't think I need it to be that big. So I will kind of measure it on the tree as I go, and I will show that to you. And if you were wondering or hadn't seen, these are the other two pink colors. So we start with this one, and then we kind of go darker and then darker. I also just ordered a new pink skein that may or may not go in the tree skirt. We'll see how it goes and when it comes. So that is the start. Let's keep working on it and see what happens. Let's look at all of the new projects that I have accidentally cast on. Oops, I don't know why I think I have so much knitting time in December. I don't, but apparently I think that I have lots of knitting time and I can cast on and finish all the things for all the people. So you already know that I'm working on the sweater for my sister for either her birthday or Christmas. It's kind of looking like it's going to be Christmas because her birthday's not very far away at this point. But this is the cardigan that I'm working on, and I'm supposed to be exclusively working on, but I cast on all the new things. So, oops. So, I'm not exclusively working on that. But I kind of have a story of something else that I was supposed to be working on as to why I have so many new cast-ons. So, I started working on my mom's Musselburgh that was planned, and it was not the right color. I thought that it was going to be more blue, and it was coming up green and purple, and it kind of looked like a mermaid. So I went to my stash to find new yarn for her Musselburgh, and I found it, so that's great. I think that this is going to be really cool. My mom likes to wear dark colors and then likes to wear her knits as her pop of color. So I think that this black, hopefully the black will show through more than all the colors, but I think that they're deeper and moodier anyway. So I think that that will work out well. But see, I started it sort of. So while I was looking for this yarn, I happened to find this yarn. And it is teal and white and peach. And I think that this is such a cool representation of colors for my sister. She has done lots of teals and is kind of moving into some more of the peach and orange colors as she grows up. And so I thought that this would be really cool to make into a gradient. And I'm like, okay, well, it can be a musselburgh. Well, as it turns out, this is only 310 yards. It also didn't have a yarn weight on it. And so I'm like, okay, well, that's weird. So I started the musselburgh, and then I realized it was kind of coming out really small, and the stitches are really small. So I'm kind of thinking this is either a light fingering or possibly even a lace weight. It is pretty thin. And so I had to go back and add some more increases. So I don't think that this is going to be a full musselburgh. What I think I'm going to do is I think I'm just going to knit until I have like 8 or 10 grams left, and then I'll just put ribbing on the bottom. So it will be long enough and big enough, hopefully, but it won't be a full double musselburgh because I just don't have enough yarn. But I want to be able to see the full gradient, and so that is why I really wanted a project like this that I could see the full gradient, and my brain just got really excited and was having a good time working on it when I found that yarn, and I was already looking for a musselburgh-like project. So this project I actually was supposed to cast on in December, so that's good progress. So this is a drawn together cowl by Shanaline Designs for the Hanukkah knit along that my friend Beth and her friends are hosting this month. So this is the cast on, and this yarn is so squishy. This is from Treehouse Knits, and I've never knit with her yarn before, and everyone else probably has, but it's super squishy and it's working out great. Because I have fingering weight yarn everywhere, and this pattern is DK, I'm holding them double, and that is working out beautifully. Do you want to know a quick little secret about holding yarn double? It's okay if it twists in your hands because you can't tell in the final piece. These twisted all throughout working on them, and you can't tell at all. It's great. Also, so this has a folded hem on it because you put a knitted drawstring in the top, like a sweatshirt. So it starts with a provisional cast on of 120 stitches, and so I use invisible provisional cast on, and I use a knit extension cord so that when I am ready to use those stitches again, I can just slip them right back on the needles, and this is going to work perfectly for that because it will just go right back on, and then I can knit them together for the folded hem. So that is going to work out perfectly. But I'm really loving the way this is knitting up so far. I'm only a few rounds in, but so far it is going very well. So, and then the other thing that I cast on, which I was halfway supposed to cast on, it's been in the works for a couple weeks now, I guess, but it was not in the plans like more than that ago. Before I got my pink tree, it was not in the plans, but so this is the beginning of my tree skirt for the tree. Now, I'm not really planning on having this done for this year. I mean, that would be cool if it happened, and if I get on a roll, it might, but that was not really the plan, and I didn't really give myself enough time to make that the plan. So, yeah. But I do have all of the yarn for it wound now. So this is the plan for the tree skirt, which I think is going to look really cool. And see, it matches all the tree. Yay! Okay. So anyway, that is all of the new cast-ons. I make no promises when anything is going to get done right now because I apparently just needed to cast on all the things, and that was what I was feeling. So anyway, that is what is going on. Those are the decorations, and I hope you are having a great week.